Before I jump into this, it's extremely hot today, so my aircon is currently on, it blasting in the background. So if you hear like, then it's not someone farting, it's just my aircon going crazy. And I'm not as tired as I was in the last video, because the last video I was like voice acting and like half falling asleep. I was like relaxing to the back with the mic as close to my mouth as possible and half falling asleep. And I'm doing a video so that I can stay awake. I'm not sleeping in the day so that I can sleep at night, because sleeping patterns are shit, man. But yes, man, overlordcringus. Welcome back, Danganronpa. Goodbye, despair. Let's begin. Look, man, can we not talk about sleep? Had I heard that last time, I would have been so angry. I would have been pissed off. When I come here, he knows I need to sleep and he starts talking about fucking sleep. Dick. And then he starts talking about sleep. Dick.
Man, I know it's bad, but I'm so sleepy. I just want to ditch. Though I really don't feel like it. I'll show you my serious side when you come to the class trial.
Yes. His serious side.
Even though it's impossible since it's so annoying, you can count on me to take this seriously.
Sure, man. You're the one who must take this serious. We're the ones you thinking of killing, but you're the one who needs to take this seriously. Yeah, totally. Looks like it's going to start. Another class trial.
Hey!
But how are we supposed to get through the tag down?
Damn it!
You're right. We can't do anything unless we get out of this building. Akane, did something happen?
Hey!
No, well, do you guys hear something? Hear something?
Hey!
Why, this time? Suddenly, as if cutting off Chiaki, surroundings started to shake and rumble. Then it suddenly appeared before us. A sinkhole? Are we in the sky? It's like that, the Monokuma rock. The Monokuma rock rocket? Like, how did no one die from this? Is he telling us to go inside from here? Seems that way.
Alright!
I'm gonna go. Just hold on, Nekomaru. I'll make sure I'll avenge you.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
This is be a little bit cautious. It's obviously a trap.
It appears you cannot escape.
I agree. I detect a scent of danger. Even my familiars are saying, do not go inside. How interesting. If you can't kill me, you are welcome to try. Try stabbing your soul through my very heart. Now then, we shall get moving as well.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. It's annoying, but Masonia is going. There's no way I'm not gonna go. Damn it. But it's so damn annoying. I guess it doesn't matter if it's top or not. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock until I was the only one left. When I was about to take a step forward, we're the same. The same. Step ladders. Huh? Nagito was suddenly standing next to me with his eyes locked into Monokuma Rock. Other than the small movements of his mouth, he was perfectly still.
Well,
you and I are just step ladders. Everyone holds the title of Ultimate. I always believed that. I didn't mind. Unlike you, I know my place. What are you saying?
man.
That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time. From that, a true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope. But it wasn't. There's no hope amidst this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people?
What?
Huh? Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for the hope isn't real hope? But you're wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that the strong hope devours weak hope, Yes, the strong. Like, Uganda Knuckles used to say that all the time. Like, the strong hope devour the weak hope that cannot the way. Yes. He knows. He knows. You know. I know. He knows.
Isn't that right?
After all, that's what it means to live, right? There's no way I'm going to accept that.
Well,
Oh well. It's not like I wanted to say that to you anyway. It's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway.
hey,
Hey, there's one novel I like. It's a peculiar mystery story. Huh? A novel? The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery. Huh. But when you get to the end, surprise, surprise, the girl was actually the killer. That is 2 Danganronpa games. Can we not? Can we not? Like, for those who know, you know maybe, and I know. Well, I don't know what the third game. I just sort of someone spoiled. Like, I don't remember exactly how the ending falls together, but it's something I know. But you know, I might know. Maybe you know, but you know, you don't know. Of course, the story is written carefully, so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. So basically, you guys just like, no, that thing Komera said at one point. Why don't we make a game of that? See how it goes. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader, and this projection turns out to be the killer, which means the killer you were looking for the whole time inside was you all along. How do you feel about novels like that? Pretty interesting. What the heck are you talking about? Just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book I've never read before.
no good at all.
Such a normal answer. Should have expected that from a talentless reserve corps student like you. Honestly, I kind of see why he's disappointed. Hajime could have easily, like, Hajime has been interesting this whole time until now. And he's sort of proving Komeda's point whenever he instead of coming up with something creative in it, for instance. Because to me, all the ultimates are just extremely creative to their natural talent. Like, they do something weird in their natural form of talent, like the perverted Teru Teru. I'm sure there's a lot of good Ramses out there, but Teru Teru is the one that's the ultimate. Think about that for a second. Or like Akane, who's the ultimate gymnast, is an ultimate gymnast because she's weird as to how she goes about shit, because she doesn't give a fuck about being a gymnast. They're just creative on how they do shit. But I know that you don't matter at all. So why do I care about you? You admire hope. I love hope.
Right?
In some ways we're similar, but maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Enough already. I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone's waiting.
Man.
Everyone, huh? So you believe you're just like everyone else? Reserve Corps students are just so full of themselves. Nagito's chilling laugh continues as he disappears into Monokuma Rock. Calm down. That's right. I needed to calm down. Yeah, that's a good song. I took several deep breaths. Once my nerves had settled, I stepped into Monokuma Rock. The elevator shook violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed.
Hey.
Oh, when we're in a normal elevator that shakes this bad, it reminds me of how efficient an elevator in a funhouse was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. The elevator continued to shake and descended deeper and deeper, and suddenly it stopped like it always does. And the door opened. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I understand you desire to upload this wonderfully vulgar child ground. But it's so exhausting to discuss useless things. Let's just get on with it already. Oh, so sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everybody to do this is so sad. Hey. Don't talk without permission. After all, I have to have said my catchphrase. Oh.
Now
I know the rule of those. Based on the result, I'll give you a 6 chance operation that many times. What are you changing? What are you changing? What are you changing? I don't understand. What are you? I don't understand. This is actually I'm a motherfucker. I can't process this. What is it? What? What? Okay. You don't know anything. I don't know anything. Alright, look. What an extreme punishment.
Now then.
Let's get on with it once again. Let's move on, boys and girls. And so it begins. I hope this will never happen again. Now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtains of the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager, was more passionate, more daring, and more honest than anyone I'd ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us. Hakata! He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because of that. But he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer. I have to correct myself. It's one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be an excuse. All my favorite characters are on one screen. What the fuck is going on here? I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends. I will never, ever forgive them. And so, the life-threatening trial, bullying with hope and despair, has begun. I'm on screen. Alright, I wanna see some shit. I didn't buy any skills. I didn't buy skills. Okay, report card. Monome. I have 9 points. Slightly steady to aim. No. Charisma. When correct is with your. No, don't need that. Because the terrifying truth will is effective during non-sweat and shit. Yeah. Want that? Algorithm? Increase the speed of memorizing a statement. Yeah, definitely want that. Shot Monome. Monome, give me the good shit. Monome, give me the good shit. Is that everything? Yeah, it looks like it. Finish preparations. I'm ready. Troll! All rise!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
No, Monokuma, I've heard this so many times. We were going to kill whoever's there.
I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me.
Sometimes Akane really makes no sense to me. It's more how she's voiced that makes no sense to me. Because sometimes it totally matches, and other times it just seems so off. It's weird.
I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is.
Yeah, what are you going to do when you find out who it is? Beat them to death? Monokuma would have shot them to go beaters by that point.
I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Oh yeah, you say that. Don't forget, you ate Teru. You're the one who won that curry. You ate Teru.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there.
I was at Monokuma Taichi this whole time. You guys were all hungry, and you were like, oh, we don't go to Monokuma. I was there. Alright? For both times. Earlier than you guys. I was there for hours doing Monokuma Taichi. I became a master in those hours of Monokuma Taichi. Monokuma Taichi is a form of martial arts of where you learn to punch the despair into people. So, in other words, instead of punching them, you're punching their loved ones to death and letting them feel the despair. That is Monokuma Taichi. Wow, that was dark. Woo! Shit, that was way too dark. My bad.
Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Yeah, he's going to get pushed in 3.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Totally. Actually, no, I actually slept with Akane in Akane's room. That's what happened.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Is that how it's said? Or are you just like saying you're not flexible? Like, just say I ain't no hoe. I ain't no hoe. But it's just Hajime, so like Hajime be saving you. You could have at least.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
Yes, she's much classier than a flexible woman. I guess.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
Hey, Akane on that smash though. Hey, shit.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
How are you so... How is it possible to be such a good cock block to yourself? I think I've only met one person in real life that is that bad with women's. Alright, man, let's just get to the
And
point.
then, the 3 of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that.
Yo,
and
Trigger,
rushed
shut
over.
up!
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
And all you could think about is oh shit, I understand why it's Strawberry and Grape Hall now. Because they're starving and they see strawberries and grapes all over the fucking place. They're just getting more hungry. Great plan. Wow, that's a good plan there. Oh shit, I didn't expect that. Monokuma hats. I'm not wearing any cap or hat right now, but hats off, man. That was a good one.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
On the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
I don't remember anybody killing anybody. I don't remember anybody killing any. Do I? Do I remember? Am I confused? Why don't I remember anybody killing anybody during this trial? And again, I played this when I had a stroke, so.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
Get it to chill. Like, what about the flash cannon there? What about the hyper beam? What the fucking other one? Solar beam. Thunderbolt. Just whoop one of them out, man.
You're the cruelest one here!
Now. Enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
Hey, Chiaki, you are the one who's really bad dating sims here, alright? Don't be getting relationships wrong here, alright? Gonna give out some wish flame here too. Cause who hit you? Fuck you think you are, bitch? Huh? Oh, NTR and Hajime, that's the type of things you eat, no wonder you buried them.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
Commander is not impressed.
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking at it. It wouldn't be much of a mist if that was true. Only thing at crime scene looked like a weapon is probably the hammer. Oppai hammer! Oppai hammer desu! Oi! Oppai hammer!
Oppai hammerじゃ。Oppai hammer? Oppai hammer? Oppai hammer だと? Oppai hammer です。Oppai hammer.
何度も言うな!
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of it!
No, that's
No, it's wrong. Also, I'm looking at the faces. Does the one in Mikan look different?
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? What?
Because you're an
A
idiot.
lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body. Just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
Look, I don't know why anybody went through all the trouble of beating a robot's ass, but okay.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Yeah, dude. If it's so, depending on the material that the hammer's made out of, well, you might not be able to clean it as easily as you're thinking, man.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
But in hitting metal on metal, there's no dents, there's no scratches, nothing
Then why
like that.
bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Hey, what's up, with Akari trying to smash on everyone though? Akari, chill, boy, chill. You're supposed to be smashing on Hajime. Hajime's conscious, yeah? But you must be smashing on Hajime. Don't say any NTR from you. Aight.
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Yeah, it's all a test. It's all a test. Yeah, sure.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the.
Seems that was a waste of time.
We could have gotten that out the way when Hajime saw that the hammer was clean in the first place.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle?
Alright.
If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The pillar, obviously. The actual weapon has oil on it. But if something at the crime scene had oil on it. I see!
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Who clobbered him? Who out of any one of us here can pick up the pillar? Huh?
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar.
Gundam, did you perhaps use your satanic powers to levitate the pillar and beat shit out of him?
Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried lifting it.
We tried to move it, right?
All trying to lift it was almost made that two top buttons that's left. The last two buttons on that shirt that's left almost bust open. Tell me I'm wrong. It's no use. The belly budging. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, That pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
We're gonna have to go to the battle over this, aren't we?
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
Hey, baby gangster got in jokes.
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Well, if it is to protect everybody, he might have.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
I can't stop yawning. I'm fucking tired. But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide? By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru commits suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
I need to switch this fucking fan back on before the room starts becoming. Oh shit, already heating up. Sound, it's like... fuck. Just drop it. Cool.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Dropping it on someone.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
For reals though.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
No, you were just angry.
Alright, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
I still think she would have made a cool anime for video game protagonist. Oh wait, yeah. Wait. Why does Sonia and the main character from the next game look so much alike? What's her name? Cassidy, whatever her name is. Like they look alike. Or am I picturing the wrong face in my head? Is this another Komaru scenario? Komaru Mahiru? The breakdown, breakdown. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I have to listen. I don't know what I'm...
There's no need to lift that pillar.
Ugh.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Yeah, are we gonna believe that one?
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
The killer murdered Nekomaru while tipping over that pillar. Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
Yeah, it's pillar fragments.
Beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could... Considering the pillar, it probably exerted...
Sonia! I'm
There's only one thing that it can be. It's pillar fragments that's found under the body.
The pillar was not beating him with it is beyond a...
What about tipping the pillar over?
No, that's wrong!
Pillar fragments that's found under the body. I'm resigning myself to sitting here for the next 3 hours.
There should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I'm surprised like Komedia isn't like thinking in his head yet, like... Why is the reserve college student figuring out all this bullshit, but everybody else is making all these dumbass assumptions?
I briefly considered
Except for
that
Chiaki
too,
though. Chiaki's always
but
awesome.
it's probably not what
Wife number one.
happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
That is how you say it.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that
Can we stop
pillar?
thinking that the pillar is the murder weapon?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already!
You know what, Elsa? It doesn't work for you, my friend.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
Yeah, that is just the instinct. What else did you expect it to be?
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
We could slam him into the pillar.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual.
Yeah, Mikan's got a plus sign instead of an X. Oh, that's depressing. That's depressing.
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
And rely upon Hajime and good old cringes.
What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Bruh, now is not the time. Now ain't the time. I don't know what to say, man. Now ain't the time.
What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
So, remember what I said a couple of episodes ago? Well, a while ago. My words were, Nagito finds the file. Now remember, this is only Hajime's file. By him having Hajime's file and seeing that Hajime is the reserve course student, in his mind he's thinking to himself like, but Hajime is just a stepladder. How is he like, why is he so much more focused than all the others? Now despite all the dissing and the trash talk that Komeda is giving, that's just him being himself. Because it's hard to get out of the habit or to like all of a sudden think that Hajime is not a stepladder because it's a reserve course student. But let's be real. And none of y'all solved the trial here yet. You're alive because I have stated you shall be alive and I didn't decide to die, and the only time you actually almost died was the few times I lost at Hangman's Gambit.
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
A specific
Of
item?
course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
Oh! So you're saying that it was killed with the elevator? The ultimate weapon is the building. I see.
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it.
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly.
I am the ultimate weapon. So he's gonna...
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
I also have the biggest dick in the room. Say it! Say it.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
Yo, Monokuma, how are we not asleep yet?
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
The ridiculousness of what's happening right now.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no, no, fuck, oh no, oh fuck. So it's Gundam with his Chinibyo and Sonya is a weeaboo. They... Oh, I don't want to see their children. I don't want to see their children. That's a recipe for disaster, man.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Look, man, it's okay. It's okay. Just let it go. Let it go. Like, you need to become one with the wind and stars.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, We first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Yeah, I'm more hopeful than all of them combined, and I haven't died. So what is that saying? Bitch. Actually, I should be worried. Like, maybe Junko is like waiting for me around the corner or something.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry
Yo, why
Tower,
must we go through
and
this
Grape
again?
House leads to Grape Tower.
I don't want to hear this shit
But in
again.
actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower.
This is worse than Sakura explaining what the fuck happened to Celeste like 50 different times.
It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Yes, sweet, totally radical. It's gnarly, man.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
I can't even punch him.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
For sure. I will leave the shit up to your discretion, alright? Cool. No problem, man. No problem. The two houses connected to the tower in the middle. Thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. It's gotta be a strange feeling.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
Is there a way for me to see what he means by strange feeling in tower? Yeah.
Is that really it? It's weird to say they're both. I mean, the walls are different color.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
This whole time you've been thinking of two towers of the same building, but that was only a mystery. There's no way Nagito would mention it, yeah.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and are actually the exact same place.
Fuck you, bitch!
No, that's wrong.
I got faster guns. I'm about to reload. We're like, pop it up. It's Sammy Sam up in here.
Same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Bitch, your kingdom ain't destroyed my homeland, bitch. What you trying, yeah?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
Kazuichi, can you stop simping, please?
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place.
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
And like once again, Komeda like, bruh, these niggas are coming up with the stupidest. Like, Hajime had to correct him twice now.
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Nope, no buying for you. No smash beseech, no, not this time.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Is she serious? Is she serious? We could easily ask Monokuma the question.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower?
Then who moved the pillar? That cannot be lifted up, but you saw it gonna be lifted up. It must be the blonde hair. I'm telling you, it has to
But
be.
we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it.
Yeah, blame Monokuma. Just blame the bear. You totally. I'd blame Usami before blame Monokuma.
While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
Yeah, see, She must have been having hunger pains again. This is so crazy.
Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
In the quick amount of time that we were on that elevator, you expected all this bullshit to happen. Is she stupid?
Just like if there's no bread, let them eat cake.
Just so you know, it's easier to make bread than to make cake. I'm just saying. Let me just sword fight this bitch quickly. What am I using it? What am I using it? What am I using? Well, we need something that's essentially telling us that it's in the same place. The broken
There are
doorknob.
many different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Yeah, Monokuma, couldn't you just have defended yourself here?
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time.
Exactly.
That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
Hold up, Hajime. We may be going a little too far there.
Kuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic, the pillar, the body, everything, he could have moved it all, easy as pie. The body, everything at the crime scene?
Fuck. I would rather lose than have to retreat.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding up the pillar, the body, everything at the crime.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Allow me to cut those words.
Moving the body and pillar is possible. It would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor. When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
It's a grape scotch!
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
Damn good grape scotch!
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
Akane, please punch him. Please, I want you to punch him more than I want you to punch Komera. And that's saying something.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito.
Hey, buddy! Help a brother out here! Or you could go the other method of help me! Nigga!
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
And who was the great person who asked you for your help?
Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
Yeah, if you were to give you the answer, we would not be inspiring hope in anybody, okay?
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
Totally understand where it's coming from. Totally. The hour I spent in this dude's mind, totally understand where it's coming from.
It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Well, help me determine. Is you all stupid? Or is Hajime a genius? Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
Yeah, the cross on Mikan's face keeps weirding me out because they were clearly... I know everybody has an X over their face. There's clearly a cross, a memorial cross. He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could he be talking about the life-threatening game?
I see!
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete, and there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining
He
it,
saw a whole
might be
new
faster
world.
just to at an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Hey! There's that.
Took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket. He's like, I went through hell, and Cringes was in my head. Hajime, that's a cool dude. You need to send him over more. Here's the image.
See? This...
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture. And then it's like Venus and
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Hey, buddy. I hate to break it to you. I know you're helping us out here, but cringe. Why does it make sense in this picture?
Crap!
Here!
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange.
Nobody's on the
This
same
photo doesn't
wavelength.
look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito said there's a lot of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there's other contradictions contained in it. Now we look at the puzzle. Oh, come on! I don't mean to kill myself like this.
Here!
I didn't actually mean to assassinate myself because I pressed the last one by accident.
Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle, which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it.
But that's exactly what I was trying to point out by pointing to the building. Dick!
But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call.
Hajime is essentially like testing who, as he's basically calling out who would be the one person he'd bring with to the island. And it goes well for him because he swings both ways.
In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
Let's not act like your eye isn't ready yet either, man. That's offensive.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, You can easily solve a simple mystery like this.
Bruh, where's my glasses at? Alright, nigga, where's my glasses at? I'm about to solve this shit like oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
Hell yeah, I do. Because I'm the normal high school student. I come from the school of failures. I'm about to kick all your asses. The other clue? Is he talking about that one time? I'm gonna hit it one time. Well, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come out here? Maybe I teleported. I knew it. That's how I went.
Referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I...
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
The Monokuma archive is the octagon, or the octagon is right by the Monokuma archive? What was that thing just now? Another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, might be able to find the answers if I just... oh, it's a logic dive. Okay, cool. Boop. Boop. Ready, go! Let's jump again. Why? My bad. I'm out here to die. I don't have much health left anyway. I don't have much health left anyway. If I die, it's over. I'm dead. Up. Yeah, I'm still gonna die. I have almost jack health left and I keep getting distracted. I did. The pillar appeared in front of me, officer. The pillar appeared in front of me, officer. I wasn't drunk. Officer. I swear. Yeah, they do. The fuck? Right? That was a hell of a trick question. Ah! Officer! I swear the pillar appeared in front of me, officer. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Nope. No. Sorry, house, great pass. Oh, they're the same building. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Is it enough for the fact that logic dives are really brutal on your brain? Oh, it's brutal on my brain. Wow, cool for you if you don't have problems looking at this fucking hypnotizing bullshit. Oh, it's true, guys. Vertically. Oh, hell yeah. Boom! Logic dive complete. Special Andreas mission accomplished. Thank you, Ed. I mean me.
Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, so where did Grape House go?
Disappeared into the wind. It's one with the clouds. It obviously never existed.
There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Even the four dark divas of destruction are in awe.
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
My bad. I wasn't really paying attention to where this floors were. I wasn't paying attention at all.
On top of Grape House. That's where Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
I said that when we got here.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shape.
Strawberry House is for...
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes.
Yeah, the architects were kind of crazy when we hired them. They were really imaginative. They wanted a box within a box within a box, within a square, and a circle, and then 2 boxes, and a hexagonal shape, a polyhexahedron, and yeah, that's about it. It's polyhexahedron.
Quadrilateral and a hexagon. Overlaid atop each... And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were 2 separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
Also, yeah, Monokuma, is there any negative side effects of the cast you cast us with, man? Because like that orgy kind of happened suddenly.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Wow, there's a camera there, a camera there. Don't forget the camera in my eyes.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then, it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those 2 houses exist on different floors in the same building!
I've been fighting this entire time.
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
I say it's pure genius. What's that bastard's name from God of War 3? That the architect guy, Daedalus! Yes! Who died in this? Daedalus was
Yeah,
born.
Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House, Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Because the fucking thing's an elevator, dumbass.
Your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
We're about to see Gundam get roasted.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
Seriously, poor Kazuichi at this point. You're kind of being a bitch.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
This is how yanderes are born, you know that, right? And I want to take it back after he said his sentence, but I mean... Tell him you're not interested instead of being a bitch. I need to hear what they say first, otherwise I won't be
I'm
able
gonna
to.
solve this mystery in a flash.
Usually when it's Monokuma
Hurry
file,
up,
it means I must
dumbass.
highlight something.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Wait, what?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
I'm about to die.
It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent!
No fair!
So which one?
Shut up!
I'm just gonna
pick
try
one
everything
of
until I
them.
get it right. Before I run out of time.
Solve this. And hurry up! One of the bodies in one of the tap was actually a dummy!
Wasn't that? I will die in the end.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
We're lost in
Hurry
a
up, dumbass.
strange feeling in tower.
One of the bodies in one of the was actually a...
No, that's wrong!
I'm actually pissed because I was gonna do that first. I was gonna say that first.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazu. Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower,
I'm gonna say it first.
we thought the body had moved. And then
Not just that, but the parts are carefully arranged when I just the body will move too.
right up until that moment, you were the killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy.
Yeah, he was
Would be
with
a
us the
different
entire time.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
It is a pretty harsh joke, I know.
You are joking, right?
He was with us the whole time, dumbass.
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
Oh, thank you, Jackie.
If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall.
Plus, he was with us in the time that the damn thing rotated.
It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
Nah, I'm not Kazuichi's biggest fan, right? Anybody got the itch in their hand, like a real, like it's like in the backhand. It's like you need to stretch over, like nicely stretch over.
I'm even more disappointed.
Yeah, I feel sorry about this, man. That's cool, man. Bring it in. It's alright, man. It's alright. It's cool.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
I mean, yeah, he's a simp. I get that. But we really wish Dathan to do it too.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
How is no one consoling him right now? Komeda, can you? Ik wil ook over Usami. Somebody. Can anybody save Kazuichi?
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You
Teleported.
can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Teleportation device. A device like that. Device that transports things to different floors in the same building. Totally teleportation device. I feel like I've seen that gun before. Yes, that gun. Alright, let's do this. Yes, teleportation device. Give me tea. Yo. Give me. Where's the L's at? Oh, come on, why are they giving me O's already? Why are you giving me O's already? Where the L's at? The V is disappearing, man. Are you serious? There we go. Oh, you dick. It's L-E-L-E. Come on, Chase. There we go. Give me the V. Give me the V. Not that type of V. I saw what I'm talking about. Sounds so non-consensual. Oh, no. Ah! Fuck. Yeah, I have every right to be pissed right now, right? Oh, you dick. Done. My hands are wiped clean of this bullshit.
You must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Grape Scotch!
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room.
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
What a stupid question. I never expected Sonia to be such a fuck up during a trial. At all. She used to help us. And in this trial, she's dissing Kazuichi. She busy giving all the stupid answers. If it wasn't for her giving us such stupid answers, I think she's the killer. Honestly.
And a picture of a grape on the far
It
back
could be
door
a
when you
ruse.
enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
It's a ruse.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower
And
had
Gundam
chains
just
wrapped around
joining
it, right?
in on the fun.
But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
Chucky. It's the way you say shit. It's the way you do shit.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
I wasn't paying attention. The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil we've been talking about. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they all move with the elevator. One thing is all have in common.
I see!
Fuck. Camera window.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
Give me a sec. Hopefully this ends soonish. I'm only doing the off video today, and then I'm gonna continue tomorrow.
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? The reason is because that elevator has...
There's something unique about the elevator.
I see!
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design.
And it was a dud, wasn't it?
And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Duds.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
Sonia has been weird. This is the trial I'm coming here like half-cocked, I'm telling you.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
I'm getting such a faint view of Gundam being heartbroken. And for some reason, I can't get out of my mind that Sonya is the killer. But somewhere else in my head, I don't remember her being the killer, so I'm like, can't be, man.
Did you hear that, Monami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Innuendo, perhaps? She's swooning?
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
Stop being the straight man to Monokuma's front man.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, they'll probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you repair the button, what's going to happen to this chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the door now. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You need not worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't...
Can I save? I can save.
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
Yeah, I would feel completely destroyed if she was disappointed in the fact I'm not a killer and she will not get me to die.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically. If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport...
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your butt...
Yes, but it's...
Inside Grape
it's rotating,
House,
dude.
Grape Hall is on your
It's
right.
rotating,
your
dude.
back is... And inside...
That's because it's rotating,
Which
dude.
means the house... Answer me,
What does this mean?
I agree. What does this mean? Oh, it's rotating, dude. Fucking hell, dude. It's rotating. I don't even wanna... How can I break through this contradiction? Oh, did you dive? Oh my god. Kazuichi's account.
If the two houses are connected vertically...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally!
No, that's wrong!
I'm helping him up, bro. Kazuichi. Kazuichi's cut out in the face.
The elevator wasn't just
in the
moving.
face. Get face. Kazuichi. Clap.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Clap. You got the clap?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you...
Ah, that. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Rotated 180 degrees.
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees.
Sonya's been weird this trial.
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side, which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
Why there wasn't even two elevators in the first place? It makes no sense to me.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
Totally, while we were starving, it made it for a lot of fun.
Not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
Yeah, he's not human. How can he be human?
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with.
Totally.
I'm different from these lowly humans.
I agree 100%.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
The ultimate weapon... Yo, Trigger! The ultimate weapon is the elevator itself.
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon?
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon means.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon...
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
It's not even a diss anymore. You're dissing everybody else at this point.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Place befitting of the name Octagon is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a couple stupid answers to this.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the...
You know how the four-sided strawberry house is on top of the six... If you cut a four-sided shape out of a six-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse.
Wow. Can't believe that.
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Such a spectacular crime. I've been quiet for a while, I feel.
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Yeah, we gotta kill someone, just throw a whole building at them. The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who's the killer who did that? I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna do this video again.
Hiya!
Na 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 na. Da na. Da da da. Hey.
Well, hello there. I thought of a
new bad word to call Monami. Bitch, whore, slut, bitch. Those are like as terrible as you're gonna get. I can really tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to the insults and slander. I still will get hurt by my word. Monami is a serious, stuff-fatly. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stuff-fatly, huh? That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. This is a perfect chat stream attack incorporating all three words these would be. Ta-da! Stuff-fatly. Oh, there's fat hidden in there.
Okay, everyone, all together now!
Monami is a serious stuff-fatly. Yeah, sure, man. It's not. I didn't think that it was STU as in stupid. I thought it was STUF as in stuff. So like stuff-fatly instead of stew-fatly. I mean, like imagine someone went up to you and said, "You stuff it, stop it, you stop it." Hey, that's how I said it since I was a kid. Don't hate. We're back! This is a new day, by the way.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw!
Heavenly middle finger!
That your batteries don't run out.
You see the light shining around it.
And just like
Shut up, Bonabé! Don't let me bring out the second middle finger.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Grave Scotch!
Is it really alright to accept the situation so easily?
Look. As long as the grape scotch stays fine and doesn't give us cancer, I'm pretty sure everything will be okay.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is...
Nekomaru's dead!
the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Nekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
Shut up, dude. You're so flippant. I want to feel sorry for him right now, but I'm over what happened yesterday, and today is a new day. Today is new day, new cringes. Every day is a new cringes. Every time I appear on the screen on the camera, I'm a new cringes, alright? Every time I have to re-record or redo or replay, whatever the fuck. I'm not a fan of you, Kazuichi. Can you stop being so flippant? One moment is this, next moment is that. Decide what you want to make up your damn mind.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
So you say.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Yeah, he didn't mind dying for hope. In this case, it's unnecessary for him to die. There's no hope.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but...
All of you are so pathetic. Why should I do that?
I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
Yeah, pull back the statement. To reverse time on what you just said back then, or whenever, to wipe it from your memory, to these are not the drones you were looking for of words.
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual.
Yeah, Nagito says falsehoods. Gundam was she's full on active Chinibyo, yeah.
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
That is dependent on the situation, my brother. Because at times, I will be real with you. I can accept some people doing it for the right reasons. I guess. Maybe. Depends on the reason. Okay, I'll retract the statement. I'll rewind time. These are not the drones you are looking for.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I thought you were the supreme overlord of ice. Weren't you the guy who frees like 20,000 of you, the minions of darkness?
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
I don't know. I wish I knew. Fuck, I'm missing my chain. Chain! Like, I don't remember this draw. Like I said in yesterday's video, when I played this game, was like at the peak of how terrible I felt after I had a stroke. Like, when I had a stroke, my entire right side of my face I couldn't move. My left hand, left leg twitched, and I lost feeling in my left leg constantly. My right leg, my right hand, the right side. Like this entire side was like fat, swollen, and hanging down. It wasn't fun. But even though with one eye open, I played this game. With one eye open, it was this and the entire Uncharted series. And you can't blame me for not remembering what the fuck happened.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Sure. Oh, that I didn't. Nagito's like, okay.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Waterfalls. Nagito, as usual. I can't tell what he's thinking. No idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
We're throwing him all over the
It
place.
might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Sorry, I'm tired. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Falling.
I see! That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
I've fallen! And he never got up again, I'm sorry. It's like he fell and just died. It was dead.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Mission complete. We can leave now, Monokuma. We solved the case. We're done. Start finding who the killer. But we clearly know the building is the killer. What are you talking about?
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off?
That I don't know.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
I'm back to beat slap you. Oh, don't just make things up when you don't know them. Tell me the method of your 4 dark divas of destruction being the minions of the Overlord of Ice then. Give me the method of that. Give me the mythology, huh?
Where in that building would you even be able...
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions?
Saying he died from fall...
But my gut is going crazy right now.
It's not just your gut going crazy, it's resonating with my gut. My gut's also telling me shit. Hajime, his gut's also telling him shit. Nekomaru died from falling. Where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. So they tied the string to the door handle on the top floor left and let the elevator go down. And because of his weight, the string snapped, he fell and against the pillar and shit. Broken doorknob. Yeah, must be.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Yeah, that's
Then,
right.
How about this?
Oh, wow.
After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
That's right.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
That's what's wrong.
Which
Good
means
night,
the
Buffett.
elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Shut up. He's not helping.
When the elevator is on, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object.
No, that's wrong. There we go. Clap. Get clapped. We make a clap.
That sensor
We'll
should
make
only
it
work
clap.
if something is moving.
She's got the clap.
If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes.
Why is he so adamant that it isn't? Or are you... Why are you limited by your notions, friend? This is why it is annoying Nagito. It's annoying me as well. Open your mind's eye to the possibility that it can possibly be.
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Damn it, Kazuichi.
Silence, pest!
How about you shut up?
Now you're calling me a pest?
I feel I way to create a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru's still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Nagito is like, bruh. Yeah, wire.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Shut up.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Look, Akane, now's
What about the
time.
oil on the floor?
Oh yeah, sure, the oil.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
There we go.
I agree with
We go in the clutch. Baby gangster with the clutch. Baby gangster get like here to murder the trials after
Didn't the doorknob
detective.
have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
No, it was the same wire that was tied around that dude that hung himself. Well, I'm getting way too dark for this.
The tip of that
I'm
wire
not talking
was
about my
tied
skin
into a
color.
loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in...
That's right. He was suspended in
Unfortunate.
midair. Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode, tied the tip of the wire into a knot, and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower
And then kaboom.
and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
And when Nekomaru, when his on his alarm went off, he
That's
woke up,
right!
moved and
He
shook
was
and
so
fell.
well hung! Kinda like...
Look, no, shut up, Monokuma. No, shut up, Monokuma. You're the one who had to move his stick. You were the one. How dare you? Oh, no. How dare you remove something of such magnificence wherever you went? The ball is just like, da! How dare you, Monokuma? No. No homo though, but no.
the killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
No,
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
He was tied to a doorknob.
Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
They wait for him to wake up and panic.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Where the... It's the radio clock.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall?
Look how weak his words is compared to Sonya.
No way they could do that.
Why isn't the thing working?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a walk, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
Okay, advance.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him up.
Advance! Charge!
It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on it. Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Wait.
What? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep. If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you... But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story.
So it's not a radio clock.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that. Now's the time. But in that case, you still won't be able to explain the... Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Okay.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep.
One of the two. But why would they pick both things? No, fuck it. I don't care.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
Exactly. Why wasn't that the first thing on his mind? For an ultimate mechanic, dude, you're pretty obstinate with your thoughts, man.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
you would panic and you would fall.
If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving.
Nekomaru did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating...
Like the three that's talking sense to me is Chiaki, Nagito, and Hajime. Everyone else is useless. Except for the one time Fuyiko helped us. Like, yeah, well done Fuyiko. Thank you, man. Thank you.
The wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because...
In that case, I'll still use my full power!
With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But...
Not yet. Here comes the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower!
Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. That's really what it was. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left us to
I
find.
see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Bruh, bring it in, man. Bring it in. No, bring it in, man. Look. Stop listening to Sonia. Stop listening to Sonia, man. Stop listening to Sonia. She's negative about you from the start. Everybody else is pretty chill with you. You're kind of annoying at times. But you're a cool dude. Stop listening to the prince, to the spoiled princess who's not a virgin. Stop listening to her. Alucard can't even sacrifice her. I mean, Dracula can't even sacrifice her. Because he needs virgin blood. So, tell me. Yeah, exactly, man. Chill. Take culture. Stop listening to the hoe. Take culture. Alright?
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I'm kicking this dude's ass. Oh man, let me through the screen. That's still. Oh, good God. No, that's it. You're a fool, masochist, yeah. Nah, I'm pissed. Nah, I don't even want to play anymore. I'm done. It's your man overlordcringus. Nah. No more feeling sorry for Kazuichi. No more feeling sorry for Kazuichi. I did enough of that now. I'll take back. I retract. I do one time. These are not the drones you're looking for. Not working. Zoardo! Wait, that freezes time. That's the reverse time. I think hard enough, like in Life is Strange, it will reverse time. Yeah. Is it working?
No, I believe you gave your all.
And now you say different?
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
Yo, Fuyiko, man. Why is it that like Fuyiko is probably the coolest character in the game? Next to Komeda, it's like it's Nekomaru, Komeda, Fuyiko. Hajime is fifth. Because Akane falls on both the list of #1 waifus and #1 bros. Just saying.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was cola came out of his eyes. Collided with a pillar.
I see!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
Finally, the pillar! She actually... So, Fuyiko said one thing, right? Sonya said nothing. Gundam said nothing. Kazuichi, nothing. So 4 out of 7 was helpful during this case. Shit, Nekomaru's dead and he was more helpful to this case than the 3 who said nothing. Useful.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was
The building was the weapon.
right.
The building was the weapon. Correct yourself.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Hold on, she said.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
Why do you not like it, dude? You're short. You look like 12. You're wearing an eye patch and suit. I don't... You're like a boss baby. Grown up. Wow, he's like boss baby grown up. I didn't even think of that shit.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Taichi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
Did nobody hear Monokuma say that everybody ditched? Therefore, the only one clock that was correct was Nekomaru. But you guys are so resolute in your times when you are hungry and starving that you won't even dissuade yourself from thinking that your timing could be wrong. So, for all you know, you didn't even wake up and you dreamt the entire 4 hours. Like, I'm just saying. Don't think about it, man. You're gonna push yourself.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m.
It appears yet another How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after the other. Yo, Komeda, can you just murder this? But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. What are we doing? Yeah, wall clock. Yeah, I think it's wall clock.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering.
Yeah.
They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
Fuck, it's that one. I didn't mess with the clock in his chest. But wait. The question is, do I say radio clock? It's a radio clock.
7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7. Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one
I
of
feel
those
so sorry for the
Killer
two
probably
buttons
did some
holding up.
tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
For kindness, like 2 buttons holding them goes. Like, it's 3 buttons, but I can't even consider one of them a
No,
button
the clock
because of how
inside his
destroyed
chest
they
was
are.
a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clock.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
As the one true ultimate here, Nagito, the one with superpowers, if he didn't listen to you, he would have died.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility
time
that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Yes, that human.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Sure. So, whatever you say.
Never misunderstand! I'll crush you into dog food!
And feed him to more anime. This time later contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Logic dive. Gonna dive to the logic. I hate doing this. Please may this not be the next game. Please may this not be in the next game. Yep. It didn't happen. You saw nothing. You didn't see anything. Yep. But. And fly! Okay, what's the first question? What did Hajime and others misunderstand? Okay. Time in the building. Oh, you did. Oh! What if I made a mistake there? Oh, come on. Oh! It kinda hurts. It kinda hurts though. Building's clocks. Because Nekomaru's clock can't be tampered with. Oh, no. No, you didn't. No. Ah, my head. My brains. Oh, no. The pillar appeared in front of me, officer. I am not drunk. You're drunk. And stupid and ugly. Oh, wait, did I say that? I'm arrested? I didn't mean, but I said, okay, alright. Both houses. Oh! Officer, that time might have been my fault.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Oh yeah, it all comes together.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Hajime is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify how much time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Let's see what they have to say first.
If the time in the building was all...
Wat voor je, because I can't. It's for you, because I can't.
Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Yes.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Oh, that pissed me off. Oh, he had to not say
The
that.
time in the building was all messed up.
Then we can only rely. The time of was
Those who
clearly
know
7:30
knows why I'm pissed.
In our
If
time.
that's not
Are there
exist.
any clues that...
So a can is a counter Sonia's statement. Alright.
If the time in the building, then we can only rely. The time of was clearly 7.
The problem is, what in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow...
If only I heard this.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made.
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Yeah, why does everybody always go earthquake first?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it.
And the whole building fell with that.
It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard
The
that noise
Genshin
too.
impact.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Soda?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could
They
not
are
sleep at
soundproof
all.
rooms.
I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Yeah, they have soundproof
There's
rooms.
nothing to worry about. If we use that rumbling sound as a reference.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Why? Like, I don't understand, right? Like, she said probably, but the voice actress said probably.
Huh?
I instantly woke up and left my room.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling sound we heard it was at 5:30 a.m. It's like the answer to how much time was off was literally right in front of me.
I see! Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
His Genshin impact.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
Yeah, there's no windows. There's only line knocks. Ah.
However, for what
Apple
reason did
OS.
the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Look, only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also uses a specific thing. They were trying to lure in Nekomaru, then that specific thing is Monokuma Taichi.
I see!
That's it! The killer made use of the Monokuma Taichi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
Try to think who's the killer, because I don't know.
Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Grape Scotch!
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Hey, don't fuck with my grape scotch, bitch.
Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to teach Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Aw, jeez! That's...
Well, how should I
put
it?
What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
No, it's tripping over a foot. Tripping over a foot.
Wrong! Too bad!
Different, she's totally wrong.
Liar! I'm right!
We make the rules, yeah?
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
He's as excited as everyone else.
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower.
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now.
So Komera didn't have an alibi. Who else?
The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who isn't? Who's the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? I don't know!
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
The rooms are soundproof.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please.
If you don't hurry up and answer,
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't?
It's merely the foolish talk of the week.
And it's merely the Chinibyo, which is also foolish talk of the week. That's talking.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
No swearing on the video.
However,
Fucking bastard.
that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably
couldn't hear it.
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this also be secret points to the killer? Deluxe, DLUXEROOMS. D. E. Fine. We can get that. Oh. Fuck. There we go. Got the out. Fuck. Man, I could have used that already now. Damn it, the O was destroyed. Oh. M. O. Damn it! Where's S at? S! Show yourself! There we go.
I got it!
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
Yeah, I gotta do something quick. Give me a sec. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are
soundproof.
The guest rooms are divided of a quality grade. The deluxe rooms are soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard rooms may also have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the common room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Totally.
Now then,
Best talent
you
here.
must understand by
And
now,
my
right?
talent, you can only your
The
talent,
true
but talent will
identity
kick your
of
ass.
Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now.
What did he say?
Decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. I don't know! Sorry, Chiaki. I'm aiming the gun to everybody. Smoking gun!
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
How did I? Like, I know for the fact that I wasn't really paying attention to the trial at all. Like, yesterday I was fucking tired because I came through like having like a 4-day migraine. And then I couldn't sleep last night, so I'm kind of tired right now. So usually I'm talking so much shit. Like in the previous Danganronpa, I was on the move. I knew what the fuck was happening. I knew all the reasonings. I knew everybody's like why and who and when and what and how. I thought of everyone except for Gun.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
Oh, I was thinking about the other deluxe room, but I didn't remember who was in it. Oh, when they did the rock paper scissors thing, the second person who got the deluxe room was him. Trevor, I didn't even think of that. That's why. Okay.
Why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
I don't know why he killed him.
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
It was not me. It was my 4 dark days of destruction.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode.
I'm tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
Waiting patiently, deviously,
Tried to go back,
and dubiously.
couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, just like a...
The best case scenario would, after all, unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
Fuyuhiko, if you were not in the lounge, this trial wouldn't be solved. And because you were in the lounge, this trial ends early. Thank you, Fuyuhiko.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing?
This is ridiculous. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice.
Don't go making that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this. Including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess?
Where's the other one? Where's the other one?
Huh?
Ah, there's the other one.
The answer is 10. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof...
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
It reminded me of that Chinese dude in Ace Attorney that started panicking and threw his hair at Phoenix.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is, so why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
I know he's the killer. Google told me, but I mean...
You know,
I got
Hajime,
to know why.
This class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Shut up, Monokuma. Nagito's talking.
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just
Truth.
a boring farce. So boring,
So stressful. So painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Seriously.
Let's hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you. At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Shut up, Monokuma. Nagito is talking.
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption.
Yes. Let's use large words to throw off everyone. Let's do that.
In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Obviously, you use the 4 Dark Devils of
Since
Destruction.
the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off. Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
You use the 4 Dark Devils of Destruction.
The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator.
Who has, between me and my 4 Dark Devils of Destruction, how many sets of hand tool thingies do we have?
Plus, the stopped elevator
6,
should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator for these reasons, it's an indisputable fact.
It's gonna be sad
that
not
the
to
killer
voice you
destroyed
anymore,
the
Gundam.
elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing.
Honestly, Gundam, the way he handles his emotions in the game, compared to every other character, Teru, Mikan, like everybody had like this complete change. And that's why when we came to this trial, Sonya was talking so much and Chiaki was completely silent. Threw me off because like Kazuichi is always talking shit. Akane always don't know what the fuck is going on. Nagito is always being an asshole. Hajime is always solving everything. And Fuyuhiko is sort of just like throwing the comments out when it suits the right moment in time. But I thought that like since Sonya is bullshitting us and Chiaki is quiet, and the fact that I know that Chiaki might or might not make it as the episodes go by,
which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
the tribe has spoken.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this
When did the thick
contradiction.
hamster become fatter? Does anybody know? That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Dig the breakdown. Breakdown. Let's see what they say first.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
No, it wasn't.
The elevator was broken at Grape House.
No,
If the
for him
killer
to
came
know
out
how
to
to
kill the
use, he
Strawberry
would have
House-
needed to complete the
Since I was at Strawberry House
final
at that
dead
time,
room.
there's no question that the
So
following crime is
I'm
impossible.
gonna have to catch someone's statement and shoot his
It would have
first
been
statement.
different if they had an accomplice.
Not an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passage.
There we go.
How much longer do you plan to lecture? Why don't we stop this already?
Kane!
That elevator was the only means of travel.
Big!
No, that's wrong!
Big! Big! Big!
it should have
I
been
have
another
a
way
gun
to
that
move
shoots
between the
bitch
two
bullets.
houses
Shoot
without
bitch
the
bullets and
elevator.
shout bitches. Like bitch. There's so much Sam up in there.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
It was my hero. Sonia! Sorry for calling you a murderer, Jackie. Like, I totally thought it was you.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know. What? Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito? Why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Yeah, totally. The reserve course. Yeah, throwing the whoop ass on all your ultimates.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Ta-da!
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
Okay.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Infinity Unlimited Flame? I play Exodia!
What if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
What?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion.
What?
If you value your...
There's no way I can stop.
Don't make me angry! You wouldn't like me when I'm
Look, She-Hulk. Look, She-Hulk. I'll pull out my dog, Dave, distraction. He kick your ass and pull them trigger. Oh man, this whole episode is pissing me off. Like, I'm on the other level, I'll go quiet, and I start rising, I'll go quiet.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Why is the thing got thing?
Frail, I say! Your decayed illusion.
Why is the thing gutting?
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh man, come on, how do you catch all of
this?
this?
Doesn't exist. You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail, I say! Your decayed illusion.
It's taking...
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Bitch! Got you, don't
I
know
already
my
proved
katana
the secret
skill.
passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Try providing evidence that the killer went to the octagon. If that's the case, the key which dwells in the light will break.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't...
The wire.
To drown in the maelstrom of blood, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
The problem is try providing evidence that the killer
Know the
went to
limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur!
Fuck!
If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom...
Allow me to cut through those words!
And stab! Keep stabbing! We're not done stabbing!
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
From his mom. Where else would he obtain it?
The only place I can think of is the
His mom. His mom.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
All things you need for that S&M BDSM party, you know?
Since those items were used in the crime,
there's
no doubt
Same
that the
thing.
killer went
Same
to the
thing.
octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Yeah, do we have to do that?
There's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now.
Hey!
Hey, do not take my job from me!
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building,
Nah, bruh.
Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The
Bruh.
elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that,
Aye.
Nekomaru
Can we
wasn't
kick
able
his
to go
ass?
to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower,
can't punch
just
him.
like we did when we found out the elevator
took my
was
job.
broken. Well,
He took my
it's
job.
obvious he'd attempt that.
You think he's so
At that
cool
time,
because he took a job?
He didn't know the two towers were the exact same place.
I can't even do the
Also,
song.
The button in Strawberry
Yeah, my
Hall
headphones
wasn't
are busy
broken,
dying.
so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
If Nekomaru didn't go to the Strawberry Tower, well, I think we wouldn't have been able to
Their
do
plan
anything.
was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded.
Because they could just try again tomorrow.
They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
Truly. And we on charge.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Don't interrupt me. Now, if I was Hajime, I'd be like, bitch, you be not that's my job. Okay, so this is what happened. And then Komeda be like, hey, but, it's like, oh, bro, I'm about to slap the shit out of you. You better shut up. Oh, you think just because you're lucky that you can't get punched in the face? I'll punch you in the face.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Grape scotch?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me!
Why are you angry, all?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I think he killed Nekomaru because he had to kill someone. He did not want to kill any of the humans. Because if we waited too long, we probably would have eaten either him and or his 4 Dark Devils of Destruction.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
I don't know either.
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. Ha However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Take a Viagra!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
These are not the drones you're looking for. I'm going to retract my statement. I'm going to rewind time so Ardo.
You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
But what about your Fog Dog Davis?
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Jackie, you killed him.
Just as I thought. Truly frail.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm set. Listen well. I shall teach you first. You must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other...
You used the fat chipmunk to bite the thing.
You must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
That is all I've been doing this entire time. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that will leave you no choice but to be persuaded. I forgot to do this.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
I used that at the totally wrong time, but okay.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
For the Tanaka Empire!
Crushed as David prophesied!
I can't even hear the music
For
anymore.
the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's war. Do you really think
Davis of destruction?
This is the end!
Hey, don't tell me to charge my damn headphones. It is charging.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
You mean the Fog Dog Davis of destruction? Oh? Hold
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sand D. Huh, press the button. Truly, this is the Skyline Lamentation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon, the door to destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible.
But if we kill him, do we have to kill the hamsters too?
To secretly get one of them
They're also part of
Nekomaru
it.
and
That
press
would be
the
an
button on the
accomplice.
back of his neck.
Monokuma can't kill the accomplice. And by the way, they're also not they're also not students, so Monokuma can't kill the hamsters. If he should kill the hamsters, he'd be breaking his own rules. Loophole!
How about it?
Good one, Najito.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell.
My friends are gonna be there too. I want a highway to hell. I'm gonna stop there.
Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
Kill me, why don't you? Just kill me already.
Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
For thy name is Sayori. Hey, Komeda couldn't even steal the show. Komeda. So, did the thing on the thing, broke the thing, went to the fire little dead room. That's him placing. That's him looking. That's him walking out. Oh look, that doesn't go there, I forgot, yeah. Okay, open up the chest. Let's go there. What? Oh, okay, that's a redo. Never mind. Okay, so we need to know where the fall is. Where is the fall? Hajime. And then placing the hammer down. Oh wait, that's over there. Never mind. Okay, I can go over there. And then placing the hammer down goes there, right? There we go! Okay, it's not that one. We really have to place in the button thing. Okay, switching off Nekomaru, which would go there. And then Strawberry House clock change should go there, right? No. Alright. Shut up, headphones! What am I missing here? It's not that. It can't be. Alright, I guess that one. Vehicle can't sleep. The door handle. Door handle goes here. Oh, fuck you. Okay. Tying him to the door handle should then be before somewhere. While he was still setting up then. You know? Last stock. Alright. This one over here. This one, right? Oh. Okay. Then the door handle, the pillar. Oh, we're done.
Everything that happened in this case.
Now we get to sing and Hajime gets to show his thing.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning... Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm. After finishing their preparations, the killer would obtain these tools from the octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room.
Makes you wonder, how exactly
This
did he
means
clear the final
the killer
dead room?
discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason.
Nekomaru doesn't just
There,
wake up, man.
Yukiko, who was at the
Nekomaru, he
lounge
first
by
hypes
coincidence,
himself up.
Witness Nekomaru.
So he's like, wake up! Wake up! He like must first go Super Saiyan first, and then
According
he
to
walks out his room.
Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower.
He walks like the entire room is in his
So he
way.
decided to try going to
So
Strawberry
he
Tower.
walks through the room. Go, my
But
four
the killer
dog
was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
Peace out.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob.
On the doorknob.
After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
Come on, headphones.
Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire.
Dangling like the penis he used to have. Majestic, but no homo.
The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking.
And then he fell to his weight. Does that
Nekomaru
actually
fell
say
from
doom?
the 4th floor all the way to the
Wait,
1st floor.
one says boom and the other one says doom. So that is.
He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died.
Bakum!
The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Wait, what? Hajime have the Chinibyo?
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
From the Supreme Overlord of Iron, that is a compliment.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
Yeah, Akane, can you stop, like, blowing hot air already?
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru?
And you were defending him and siding with him over Kazuichi this entire time.
I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka!
Gotta cast that shit, yo. Gotta cast that. Gotta cast that.
My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Let the vomiting, the voting time, I did vomiting twice. Oh. How many times did I fail? I got 100 quite a few times. 85, 59, 93, 100, 106. I probably got a B. Another B! Another 100 Monokuma coins!
This result isn't all that exciting.
Yeah, that's why you said it was kind of boring when...
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote!
Yeah, but like, also, kind of such a side character in the entire game that you won't feel it as impactful as, say, Nekomaru himself dying.
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
And the scenario, how it is, makes the entire trial so ridiculous that I sort of forgot that Nekomaru died twice.
Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Stop. Telling me to charge device charging. And I move camera.
It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were great once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement.
Yeah, sure, no mistakes. Let's say it was 0 deaths. Let's just say that. Well, okay, that doesn't count. That doesn't count at all. Let's just say it was nothing bad happened. I made no mistakes.
That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru, is in the amazing funhouse. Was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay, I say, without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get it over with. Hold on. Still the class trial is finished, but doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish it yet until we hear from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Oh, I have no right to stop you either. So do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to the one who lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well!
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too,
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. Fine then, and I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Wow, damn it, Nekomaru. Instead, he chose to fight. A fight that risked his life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked his life and death.
Let me tell you this.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me.
Huh?
If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been much more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that.
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
What a comforting atmosphere. Everybody's trying to kill each other. I mean, this is Tuesday for me.
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes
of land,
lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
Bruh, mother. Headphones.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might.
He is ready to go down.
I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back.
Like, Nekomaru had heart in everything. He had heart in shitting. He had heart in loving. He had heart in massaging. He had heart in it. He had heart in his friends. And he had heart in beating absolute living daylights out of Gundam.
Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru need die. Your blood will drench the foundation of my empire.
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We were all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
And there's nothing courageous about that. That's abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. What? Are you telling us all we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? You mean to say you'd rather die?
Fall,
Ever
my
since
tears.
we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominating by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That is just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly used observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live. Alright, so you're telling me kill a brother, throw him on the grill, and live? What are you trying to say? Are you saying that we should have all started eating each other? Alright. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf
If a world
this
would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try and justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why he fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man held the courage to die when he needed to die. That's why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I've betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
Even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
I believe that's why you continue to commit your crime.
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well?
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka!
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools. Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium. Is that possible? Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of all this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Headphones? Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, got it. I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait!
This is just too much. Yeah, your boy Choi is dying, sure.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia?
I beg of you!
Why? Okay.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam.
In fact, it's not for real, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
what is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
Bruh, now it's making me sad.
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
When you finally achieve your final forms, you will be able to meet me in the Supreme Overlord's Mansion of Ice.
I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end.
I'm just going to activate my Chinibu one more time.
Pride,
I'm gonna miss it.
Conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
I'm gonna miss voice acting.
Let us laugh uproariously.
Favorite death in the game. Not because he's dying, it's because of how he's dying.
That is Gundam Tanaka!
Best
I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's
give it It's punishment time!
Best trial in the game. By far. Oh yeah, my screen. I don't even remember those kind of I like using my memories for certain games that I played them over. I don't fucking remember that. Oh shit. Are we Mufasa? I didn't even. Are we pulling off Mufasa right now? Yeah. Oh shit, he's performing an entire demonic symbol. And he's doing it at speed. 400. Oh shit, it actually worked. Peace out, Gundam. You did well. May you return to the dark overlord, to the fields of ice, the fields of reeds. May your puppies and rabbits of darkness, your hounds of evil and Otsutsuki Kaguya's take you away. Gundam. No. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still linger deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that. Oh, it's not Iggy, he'll give you an answer immediately. Damn it. Super stuff. I need to throw something. Monokuma, can I get one of those chairs?
Damn it!
You spend all the time worrying about each other. And thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're full of shit. Oh, hold up, bitch. Shut up. You were part of this. Okay, never mind.
The worst.
Damn. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
you are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl out of his way out of hell. And I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends and those for the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So how long are you guys going to stand around chattering?
Hold on, Monaco, we don't even know how to get out.
The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the skiing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously? How long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food. After feeling down for so long. Right. Was the refresher your friend dying the first time or the second time? Someone explain.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. The mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Oh, you know. It's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? To eat is to live. I get it. And Akane is crying therefore. Yeah, I'm not simping. She's suddenly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end. Once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. That was fun. Best trial. Best trial in the game. I enjoyed that shit. It's like Gundam went out with a bang. If nobody else went out with like a bang. No one went out with a bang. Oh man. Teru got cooked alive. Peko got ass beat with a boyfriend. Fuyiko. Fuck you go. Mika managed to slaughter Ibuki and Sayonji, and then Mika went out like she went out winning, but she didn't really go out with a bang. But both Nekomaru and Gundam went out with a bang. Like, damn son, where'd you find this? Shit. Smash up with the cringe, watch it, like, subscribe. Smack your face with the keyboard a couple of times, turn notifications always. Oh, you check out all our links in the description, and yeah. Just pray.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Hey, what's up, brother? I can't try to smash on everyone though. I can't chill, boy, chill. You're supposed to be smashing on Hajime. Hajime's conscious, yeah? Bitch, you must be smashing on Hajime. It's the same anti-art from you. Alright.